going into Noblesville. Now, this one's all mine. I love Noblesville. Average days on market that's always where my eyes go. So I'm going to jump right over there. And we're beating out Fishers. So your average days on market is at 47. Your number of active homes, though, we're going to bounce right back to the beginning of this. Number of active homes at 78, which is actually down month over month, which is interesting considering the seasonality. Average rental price at $2,048, which is down month over month, but it's got almost a 2.5% increase year over year. And then your average days on market, which is increasing due to seasonality being the heaviest part of that, I'm certain. Average price per square foot right at $1. Now you've got your apartments and condos and your townhomes lines there. Let's go over a couple of those. Apartments and condos, 33 with your average rental rate at $1,717. $1.55 is your average price per square foot. And then you've got your townhomes at 18 with your average rate at $21.75. The overage there over your single family homes is so that those owners can cover those high HOA dues, no doubt. 36 days on the market, and $1.67 is your average price per square foot. And those beautiful graphs down there that are jumping all over the place, which is shocking because I find Noblesville a relatively stable market. And it's their graphs there are completely different than what we're seeing in these other markets that are almost reflecting what's happened the previous 12 months.
I agree. I was thinking the same thing. That graph is wild. Although if you look at the dark blue one, it's kind of more of a trend line. It is more typical where it does peak in June and July and then it trails off in December. So that's kind of encouraging. Also, I feel like days on the market for Noblesville has been solid all year. 47 it's actually not bad for December. We saw 60 something in Indy. So, I mean, 47 is actually pretty right on par. So I feel like Noblesville's been solid all year.
I agree. Noblesville has had the vibe of being solid. Honestly, I think Fishers has had a solid vibe for a good portion of this year, which was contradictory to what it was the previous 12. So, both of these markets, which are brother and sister neighbors, rather, they're neighbors to one another. I think they've both been pretty good markets in Noblesville. I love Noblesville for many reasons anyway, but December 2025 Noblesville sales market. Here we go. Average days on markets at 53, which is up a whopping 43% month over month. So, I mean, we're seeing some consistency with what's going on in the sales market. It's finally, I think, really reflecting in some of the market reports. Mike's going to scream down there at seasonality. I'm going to scream that it was a crashing market, but average price per square foot is at $171. Average sales price, $343,509, which is, man, down year over year. What's up with that? It's crazy. Down year over year in Noblesville. Is that just because there's oversupply?
I think it's just the market, like we were talking about, is changing. I mean, look at the trend over time. It's flat for the entire year. Started at 340, ends at 343. It's totally flat this year.
Yeah, that's crazy. Number of homes sold, you've got 98, which is actually up month over month, up over 10% month over month, up 40. So it's got to be supply. I mean, look at that. Number of homes sold in the area. So supply is just up in this area, which is keeping the average sales price flat.
Yeah,
that's got to be what's making that happen because you're not seeing that type of year over year or month over month percentages. At least on the markets we've reported on so far.
Yep.
We already mentioned the average sales price over time, which is a pretty flat graph, but consume at your desire. Number of homes sold at what price point? Because this is a market you can still enter in. No rental cap to speak of here in Noblesville. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. So what price point you could plan on spending if you want to enter the Noblesville market? Anything else you want to add here?
I don't think so. I still think Noblesville is strong. I mean, it's flat year over year. I think there's room to grow, though. I think everywhere is kind of seeing that, right? So I'm not too shocked to see that, but it's still affordable. You can see from that graph on the right there that you still can get in pretty reasonably for under probably 250, definitely under 300,000, which is still a pretty desirable price point for an investor.
Yeah, I completely agree.